Stella, thank you so much for joining us in the pool kitchen.
Thank you so much for having me.
Your Instagram, Deliciously Stella, is currently at 126,000 followers. What made you want to start it?
So, unfortunately, this is a sad story. My ex-boyfriend Conrad had just got back from Burning Man and he left me for a blogger called Amazingly Alicia, and she had a book deal. So I knew that if I got a book deal, I might be able to win him back.
Which leads me nicely into the fact that you do have a book.
I do, thank you so much.
Deliciously Stella, to go with the Instagram feed. So that was your motivation for starting the book. What can we expect from it?
So I think you can expect a lot of white carbohydrates, a lot of gummy fruits. I did a lot of foraging. I spent a lot of time at my local Odeon. They have a great selection.
Right.
I like to eat a very colourful and varied diet, so Skittles, Starburst, that sort of thing.
Yeah. So readers can really get a chance to experience what it's like to be as healthy and as clean eating as you.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm hoping that you can help me be a little bit more aspirational with what I eat, because I've got my shopping bag here, which hopefully you can just talk me through what's good and what's bad.
Babe, I'm here to help you get the glow.
Thank you so much. So first of all, some bread.
Oh, I love bread. Bread is great, especially if you're thinking about cutting carbs.
Great.
The best way to do it is with a bread knife.
Good. Some Sprite.
Green juice, yeah, green juice. Green juice is really great, it's really nourishing, it's very delicious. It's a great choice, a really good choice, well done.
Thank you. Some Haribo Star Mix.
You see, I love Star Mix because they have eggs inside, and as you know, eggs are full of protein.
Yeah.
They're really great. They're a really excellent breakfast choice.
Good. Well, I'm doing well so far. Some Ferrero Rocher.
Ooh, energy balls. I always love to have some energy balls on me when I'm out and about, you know, otherwise you might reach for a chocolate bar, which is very a negative choice.
Right, yeah,
Yeah.
of course. Some asparagus.
I'm not really sure what this is, actually.
Okay,
I'm not familiar with asparagus.
We'll cut that, it's fine. Some Malibu.
Ooh, coconut water. Coconut water is really amazing. It's full of electrolytes. This one smells like a tropical beach.
Great.
You know, I love the beach. I love beach yoga. One of my favorite things is to try and do a handstand on the beach, but unfortunately I'm not very good at handstands, so what I do is I just stand like this, and then I turn the photograph upside down.
We're nearly at the end now. I've got some Pink Lady apples.
Pink lady. Again, I'm going to put these to the side.
Okay.
Apples are really good if you're making cider, which is another green juice, but as
Good to know.
apples,
Some strawberry laces.
Ooh, these are great. Gluten-free pasta alternatives. You see, I love to use my spiralizer, but if you don't have a spiralizer, these are great for ready-made ones.
Brilliant. That's a good tip. And last but not least, an avocado.
See, avocados are amazing because they are great to make my favorite dish, which is avocado and eggs on toast.
Well, could you show me how to make this, please?
Absolutely. So avocado and eggs on toast, one of my favorite meals. It's the most Instagrammed meal. It's got 28 million hashtags, and you can definitely see why. So one of my favorite things to do when it's coming up for summer is to cut carbs. And I think the best way to cut carbs is definitely by using a bread knife.
Great.
So we'll be cutting ourselves a piece of bread. There's this delicious white bread, which is the best kind.
And how do you find it maintaining such a strict diet? Is it hard or?
I would say the hardest part of my diet is definitely the amount of choice that I have. You see, my diet is really about nourishing my body. It is not about deprivation.
Okay.
That is why everything that I eat is wheat-free, gluten-free, dairy-free, fun-free, fact-free, and science-free.
So a lot of nutritionists and scientists talk about superfoods.
Oh yes.
What would you say is your top superfood?
So I think my favorite superfood is definitely super noodles. Super noodles are really great. They're full of white carbohydrates, which are really delicious.
Yeah.
They're full of MSG, which can help you feel really, really buzzed. And I like to have a lot of energy for when I'm out and about doing all the exercises that I do.
So you just mash it straight onto the bread?
Yeah, you just mash it like straight onto the bread. You can actually buy ready-made avocado. It's called guacamole. It's available in most supermarkets and it's really delicious.
Brilliant.
So now it's the next step.
Okay, so now it's the eggs.
Now we're gonna need some eggs.
Are we gonna poach or fry or?
You see, as I may have mentioned earlier, I have absolutely no discernible chef skills.
Okay.
So I find poaching eggs really, really difficult.
Right.
Something you might not know is that Haribo are actually completely gluten-free.
Okay.
I mean, thank God they're gluten-free or the girls would never come around for brunch. So what I like to do instead is use these delicious Haribo eggs.
Okay.
They are so delicious. They are never watery. They never split.
And you just have, you're having 3, 4?
I like to say at least 4.
Okay.
Sometimes maybe 6.
Right.
Dependent on the size of your delicious bread and how much guacamole you have.
Okay.
And then there we are. The most Instagrammed food in the world.
Looks amazing.
We're so squad goals right now. Doctors and registered dietitians suggest that you should drink at least 25,000 litres of water a day.
Okay.
But if you feel like you need to top that up, then again, this coconut water is a really great way to do this. It's full of salt, it's full of electrolytes. It'll really bring those salt levels back up in your body and it will make you taste like a tropical beach.
You've reached a really high level of acclaim with your Instagram feed and now, of course, your book.
Thank you so much.
And have any celebrities approached you for diet and fitness tips or eating tips?
I mean, it's a little bit embarrassing for her, but Davina McCall just can't stay away.
Yeah.
She just can't get enough. I mean, she can't wait for the book to come out.
She's constantly exercising, isn't she?
Oh, God, I mean, yeah, she does so much exercise. But when it really comes to fueling herself for her diet, it's me that she comes to.
Yeah. Okay, so you're on death row. You've got one meal left. What do you pick? What do you have for your last ever meal?
It's called a happy meal for a reason.
So how many hours in an average day do you spend cooking?
Well, because I don't really have a proper job, I would say I spend about 6 hours of my day recipe testing and arranging ingredients in bowls,
Great.
and then the rest of the time practicing yoga.
Brilliant, on the beach?
On the beach.
Yes, great.
Always on the beach. I just love the beach.
Okay, so Bella, we've just heard from your alter ego, Deliciously Stella, but of course your real name is Bella Younger.
Yeah.
And you are a comedian.
Yeah.
Your Instagram account, Deliciously Stella, is based, of course, on a very famous blogger.
Yes.
Have you ever met her or have you ever heard from her?
I've never met her and I've never heard from her. And it's kind of, the name is inspired by her, but I wouldn't say that the account is.
Yeah.
Like, I sort of look at the wellness thing as a whole and then like take the bits that I find particularly grating.
Yeah.
And and I've just like flipped them on their head. But yeah, no, I've never heard from her. I think that she's basically just like, I'm nailing life and I don't really care. So...
And was there anything that actually sparked off you wanting to create that, or was it what made you want to start it?
So basically, I spent like a whole afternoon when I was really hungover, just like trawling through Instagram, like looking at Eat Clean, because I worked in food telly, and I was like, okay, I'll do a bit of research. And I was like, why is everyone on the beach all of the time? And why does everyone arrange all of their fruit in straight lines on smoothies? Like, why are smoothies in bowls? Like, it was just so weird to me, the whole thing. I just didn't understand. And I was like, and then my boss said to me, you're the most disgusting person I've ever met. So what if you did Deliciously Bella? And I was like, all right. So I just took pictures of myself doing stuff that I normally do, like, you know, lying down and eating pepperonis.
Yeah.
And and then it sort of gained loads of traction really quickly, and then we were like, maybe let's copy them. Like, let's copy them a bit and see what happens. And then avocado and eggs on toast went
wild.
Yeah, went wild.
And we've just, of course, seen your lovely recipe.
Exactly, it's a delicious recipe.
And what do you really think of clean eating? Like, are you quite healthy? Are you medium? You know, in real life, are you?
I think like I am not against eating healthily or wanting to be fit. Like, I'm not like some sort of crazed anti-IBS lunatic. Like, I know that people have problems and that's fine. And I also like wanting to keep fit. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I just think that a lot of it's unachievable. Like, you know, you open some of those books and they tell you to spend about £800 on your first 5 ingredients.
Yeah.
And it's like, why do you need moon dust? why can't you just, why don't you just go and buy a cucumber? Like, it's insane. Like, one of the best ones, a girl called Clean Eating Alice. So I met her, she's so lovely, and she gets everything from Tesco's, and all of her meals are perfectly achievable. You can make them all, and she is so fit and so healthy, and is doing so well out of it. And I'm like, be like her.
Achievable.
Don't put fairy wings in your green juice.
So I take it you don't own a NutriBullet?
I do own a NutriBullet as a prop for my stage show.
Oh, exactly.
But I've never juiced anything in my whole life. Apart from once for a BBC Three sketch, I tried to juice some M&Ms and it went really badly.
Only a joke juice.
Only joke juices. Only joke juices.
So you mentioned your stand-up show there.
Oh, yes.
You've got NutriBullet as a prop. So in real life, you are, of course, a comedian. Mm-hmm. And how did you start doing that?
So basically, I was at my job and I was like, I'm not sure I really like my job. And like, I had a couple of crap ex-boyfriends and I was like, God, I've got terrible taste in men. I'm so useless. And then I was like, oh, I'm going to challenge myself. And because I can't run, I couldn't do a marathon. So I thought, I'm going to do a show at the Edinburgh Fringe. So
you hadn't done any gigs or?
I'd done like 5 stand-up gigs in my whole life for like 5 minutes at a time.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, I'll do half an hour and that'll be fine because that's achievable. And I didn't get offered half an hour, I got offered an hour. So I was like, right, I'm gonna do an hour. And I did. And I got an agent and it was great and it was worth it.
Wow, you got an agent on your very first Edinburgh show?
Yes.
Full hour?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
And was that in character as Deliciously Stella or was it as yourself?
It was as myself. So Deliciously Stella existed on Instagram at the time, but wasn't incorporated into the show at all. So it was a bit weird. Like some people were like, oh, I've travelled to Edinburgh to see Deliciously Stella, and instead I've got this weird girl wearing tweed.
Yeah. Have you got any famous fans that you can tell us about? Has anyone got, or generally do people just kind of come up to you and say, oh, I love it?
I got recognised for the first time the other day. I was in a nightclub and it was like 4 a.m. and I looked absolutely disgusting. And this girl comes up to me and she goes, yeah, I hope you're not offended. Like, please don't take this the wrong way. But you do look a bit like that girl, Deliciously Stella. And I was like...
Double-edged sword.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, well, A, I'm a slamming hottie, so that would not be offensive. And B, I was like, yeah, but I am her. And then she was like, oh my God, but it was so loud. I was like, oh, I just don't even know what she's saying. So I just went, I just love sausage rolls. So she thinks I'm a lunatic.
What do you think of all the clean eating blogs out there? And do you actually follow any of them or do you just go off your own ideas?
Well, you know what, like, I don't agree with a lot of Eat Clean, but I do think it has done brilliant things for female entrepreneurship because most of the people, bar Joe Wicks, who are doing it are women and they are absolutely nailing it, and I think that's brilliant. Also, there's nothing wrong with being healthy. There's nothing wrong with being fit. There is just something wrong with how elitist the whole thing is, I think.
Do you think that's why why your success has been relatively quick and so many people really identify with it?
I think people were just rubbed up a bit the wrong way. I think there was a sort of a very small section of society being represented. So, I mean, obviously I can't really talk, but it's all sort of like upper middle class white women who don't have real jobs.
It's okay because you're subverting that.
Exactly,
yeah,
it's fine. Takes
yeah.
one to know one, so it's fine. Totally cool.
And do you have your own Instagram account, which is just Bella?
You know,
or do you just have Stella?
No one's ever asked me that before, and I do. And I remember, I remembered that I had it, and I was like, oh my God, what is on there? Like, there could literally be really incriminating photos on there, and it's all just like me with like dogs, like on the beach with my family, like just like normal, basically.
Normal life.
Yeah, normal, really normal. It still exists, you can find it.
I'm gonna look for it now.
Yeah, look for it now, yeah.
Expose.
Yeah, my true life.
So what would you say your highlight has been since you've become Deliciously Stella? Has there been one moment where you've thought, wow, this has really taken off more than I thought it would?
It's definitely when I got a book deal.
Of course.
Yeah, like when I was like, oh my God, I'm actually going to write an actual book. It's going to be in the shops. Urban Outfitters are stocking it. I'm so excited.
And how did that come about?
So basically, I was at Edinburgh and I was really sad one day. So my sister went to Hobbycraft and she made sandwich boards with my face on so that she could flyer in them because she's the best. And then my publisher was walking down the street, saw the sandwich board and went, I must get in touch with that person, found me, tracked me down in London, went for a coffee, and she was like, great, let's do it, done.
That's amazing.
I know.
And now here we are.
And here we are.
I know.
And I have a book deal.
I think it's going to be a bestseller.
Oh, I hope so.
Bella, thank you so much for talking to us, both as Bella and Stella.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
And good luck with the book. I'm sure it's going to be an amazing success, and it's out today.
It is. It's out today. Go and buy it, please.
Go and buy it. So thank you very much.
Thank you.